And hello everyone, if you're listening, I will be getting started here very shortly. Just posting this a few more places. There is a questions box apparently somewhere. I don't know how to tell you where it is. I think it's in the Google Hangout. Feel free to ask questions there. I'm also looking up reference for Taskmaster because I don't know this guy. Sorry. You just got here. I will be starting very shortly. I'm trying to figure out, I can't have the questions up at the same time as the chat, which is weird in the Hangout. The YouTube page doesn't seem to have a chat either. So I'm not sure how I'm supposed to talk with you guys. I'm going to try Periscope too. At least I know I can see the chat from there. If you follow me on Twitter, you should see it pop up on there. All right, so this is probably going to go. This is probably going to go on YouTube, recording at some point. So I'm going to do a quick intro and go from there. So if you have no idea who I am, my name is K. Michael Russell. I am a comic book colorist or color artist, depending on who you ask. And this is, I was asked by someone that did this original, or had Rob Liefeld do this original Deadpool commission, him fighting Taskmaster. And so he asked me to color it. So that was pretty awesome. I just got this back from the flatter. And I'm trying to figure out the chat situation. There is a questions box in the Hangout. And there's also, I'm on Periscope too. I'm going to try to, it comes and goes on Periscope though, so I don't know if I can watch both at the same time. We'll see what I can do here. So this is straight from the flatter, so there's really no color choices have been made. This is strictly separation. So what I usually do is I will just dramatically change these so that I know what I changed the color of and what I haven't. And then I can go back and change colors, of course. And I'm just getting some more Deadpool reference here real quick. I don't believe I've ever actually colored Deadpool. Yes, I did see the commissioning is on Periscope. So hello. And at first, I'm going to be just sort of throwing in some base colors that I will adjust along the way. This is supposed to be a different color. I'm probably not going to talk through this whole thing unless someone has questions or something, so feel free to ask questions if you're interested in any of this stuff. If you're watching this and you are a colorist, just a word to the wise when it comes to picking your base colors or your darkest colors. You can pretty much ignore the bottom half of the color picker roughly. It's you're going to end up with colors that are too dark to print usually. You pick a lot of colors from down there. I need better Deadpool reference. Let me go find a Rob. Deadpool. Seems like his costume has changed a lot. It gets tweaked here and there by whoever's drawing it, it looks like. Yeah, there are just a ton of different versions of this guy. So if I make some sort of cardinal error, the color of a pouch or something, you'll have to forgive me. Isn't flatting fun? I guess I'm not technically flatting, I'm just changing colors. We'll get to the fun stuff here a little bit. And these base colors will get tweaked along the way as I figure out all the different values and just getting something down. So and can anyone that's listening find the chat and say something just so I can see if it's working? There's a group chat, should be on the Google Hangout event page. I don't know how to tell you how to get there. And I don't know much about this character, Taskmaster, so I'm looking to see what color the other side of his shield is. Seems to vary slightly. So. Another trick I do a lot, check the values without having to go back and forth. You can create a layer filled with black and set the mode to color, and you can really quickly, see it in grayscale and see if it works in black and white. It probably works in color. It's tough to tell sometimes if certain colors are darker than others. It's just sort of the nature of color theory. Red is especially strange, so tend to play with it a little more. And I always start with backgrounds. It's just, I don't know, backgrounds tend to be more boring to me, so I try to do those first to get them out of the way. I'm trying to find a place to put the periscope camera that it's not in my way, which is kind of hard. I'm getting messages. People are having connection problems. I'm not sure. Let me try something. Well, internet's fast. I don't know. I don't do this enough to be able to troubleshoot very well. Sorry. This is my first time trying Periscope, so I really don't know much about it, to be honest. I know it's live, and I don't know what the hearts mean. There seem to be hearts coming, going. Maybe someone can explain that while we're here. Hearts are like lights. Okay. Awesome. Right now the hearts are coming again. Do the colors of the hearts mean anything? Oh, the color of the user. Okay, gotcha. Learn something new every day. Are you going to do the inside of the cape orange? If it's supposed to be orange, then yes. I don't know this guy at all. I'm sorry. Let me see. Let me find the picture I'm looking at. Well, it's a little blue. I can't tell if it's shadow or a different color. If you want it orange, it's your commission. So, oh yeah, it's orange in most of the other pictures I'm looking at here. Interesting. So, we'll change that. What about the inside of his hood? Is it supposed to be orange or something? And of course, once I'm done, if we need to tweak anything, I'm perfectly fine with that. Let's see. The color of the background is definitely going to need a change now. The background color is going to be interesting on this because there's so many like primary colors in these costumes. So it's like red, blue, orange. We're pretty limited in what's going to work here, which is fine. Tell you what, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I may decide to change it. We'll see. If you're listening on YouTube or Google, or there's supposed to be a chat somewhere, but no one seems to be able to find it. By the way, sorry. There's a bunch of you in there. Well, by my standards, a bunch anyway. The person that commissioned this is actually here, so they're giving me help on what color these things should be. Let's see. Gotcha. Okay. And the Periscope chat seems to be working, but it disappears so quickly that if I don't answer you, I'm sorry. I can't color and see you, Sadat. Thanks for coming by. I'll do my best. Yep, you too, man. Take it easy. I know I've said it a couple of times. People keep coming and going though. So the chat in Periscope is working. So if you want to find me on Periscope, you can see it on my Twitter. It's just K Michael Russell on my Twitter. I have a question. Yay! Someone found the questions. To Philip that asking this question, let me know where you saw this questions box so I can tell people. Will the final piece eventually be printed out or kept in a digital format? What is your canvas size here? I'll be delivering this digitally to the guy who commissioned it, and then it's up to him. This is basically 11 by 17 at 300 DPI, so you can make a pretty big poster out of that if you wanted to. Yeah, and it's up to him, like I said, if he wants to it or whatever he wants to do with it, actually, I guess. And we have another question. Is it a private commission for someone's man cave as opposed to a piece for publication? Yes, is a private commission. So in this case, that's why they can sort of, I guess, do what they want, I'm assuming. Unless Rob cares. I don't know. I'm guessing he commissioned Rob at a convention. I'm not sure. That's my theory. This is fun for me, though. I was a child of the comics in the 90s, or a 90s kid when it came to comics. So I still like the old 90s stuff, including the really 90s stuff. Rob stuff. lens flare is a little too 90s. Or the glare on the knife or whatever that is. That was an experiment. Gotta try things out. Oh, and someone answered, fans interested in posting questions can find it on Google+. Look up K. Michael Russell, click on the most recent post, and click the little icon of 9 white boxes. This is why no one can find the questions thing. Click on the questions widget and ask away. So yeah, find me on Google+. If you Google K. Michael Russell Google+, let's see what happens. Yes, the very first result. So you go to Google+, click on the event, it should be running, and there is a questions icon somewhere. Thank you, Philip, for the answer. They could make that less complicated. And those stay there, so I can glance over and read those where the Periscope questions sort of disappear. All right. I think Taskmaster is pretty done for now. I may go back and tweak some of that, but another question. Oh, love your stuff. You've helped me bring my own comic artwork leaps and bounds forward. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, if you don't know, which you probably do, but if you don't know, I also do a lot of coloring education online. I have a YouTube channel, which you probably are aware of, and I also have a coloring course at coloringcomics.com. And if you want to learn how to do this crazy stuff that I'm doing, then check it out. I don't know if all these straps should be brown or black. I'm checking reference again. It's hard to it's all Deadpool searches now just pull up the movie, so I had to add Rob too. Let's see, those look like they're brown. Okay, yeah. If I have to change this, I'll change it. I think it's right though. I'm doing wrong. Oh. Something else, if anyone that's listening is a colorist or wants to be a colorist, but if you do, when you're rendering, whatever you're rendering, remember that not everything needs to be rendered the exact same way across the board. And what I mean is, I mean, this is a little different because it's just a pinup and there's not a lot happening here, but if you really want to push the storytelling within a panel or maybe a splash page or something, and what I mean by storytelling there is, you know, get the reader's eye to look where you want them to look and to draw their eye around, right? Draw their eye around the page the way it's supposed to be. You know, you can add more detail, more contrast in places, you know, near heads and hands, and kind of do less in the other parts of the image. And because most people, when they look at someone, whether they realize it or not consciously, they tend to look at heads and hands. And doesn't apply to necessarily every single page or whatever, but especially with some pinups and splash pages where you're trying to draw attention and you don't have so much to work with, add more detail to the places that you want people to focus on, and do less where it's less important, like legs and feet. And, Matt Wilson is a master of this. If you've ever looked at his art, he actually gave me that kind of a tip the last time when I went to Heroes a couple weeks ago. I guess I sort of did it subconsciously to an extent, but not as much as I've noticed other guys doing it since he told me about that. It was like, that's just another tool in your toolbox, I guess you could say. I am congested today. I don't know why. You guys probably hear me trying to breathe. Oh, I messed up here. I know what I did. I didn't change my flats layer, because the flats color underneath his costume is not right there. So now I get to select everything else and fix it. Flats are locked. Yeah, lock your flats too, so you don't accidentally color on them. You will thank me one day for that. You will accidentally color on your flats and be really aggravated if you didn't save another copy. I do have another copy of them saved too, a completely different file, so if I totally screw these up, then I have that to fall back on. Someone's asking on Periscope if I'll have this fit on YouTube. Yes, I will. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm sorry. Seems to be working okay on YouTube, I think. Quote me on that, I'm not sure. I hope my phone is not dying. No, it's not. It's just really hot. If you just joined us, you can get to the questions section in the from the Google Hangout page. There's a questions box there. You don't have to ask questions if you don't want to. But I would remind those of you that may want to. Otherwise, you're just listening to me breathe. feel quite privileged to have colored a Rob Liefeld foot. Rob, if you're listening, I actually like your art. I'm sorry. Rob is probably not listening, by the way. I'm not delusional. Someone out there is going, this guy thinks Rob's watching. He's crazy. If you've just joined us, I know people are coming in and out. If you've just got here, there is a Hangout you can get to at my Google Hangout or Google Plus page. If you don't know how to get to that, just Google K. Michael Russell Google Plus. There's a questions box you can click on, and you can ask questions there if you want, or you can just keep watching silently. Either way. I'm pretty close to done here, though. So I mentioned this earlier, but I'll usually check the values, make sure that it reads okay in black and white, which I think it does. I don't know if I'm crazy about the background. Let me see. I mentioned this earlier too, but there just are a lot of colors that aren't represented with these guys already, so I don't want it to. I just don't want it to all blend together. I'm looking at it on my other monitor, what you guys are seeing. It's actually a little bit more desaturated on there. It's a lot brighter. The video probably does that. But I think I'm about ready to call this one. I don't see anything else. I guess I could do a little more detail on this knife. Oh, I messed that up. Let me do this. All right, let's see. I'm really just looking right now to see if there's anything that I missed or want to do more with. Don't really see anything. I think I'm basically done here. And I am so signing my name under Ron Liefeld. Do it like he did it. I don't want to do that. We are so 90s together. So edgy. All right, you guys want a close up? Here's a close up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Oh, there is a question. Well, it's not a question. It just says awesome work. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, I have a YouTube channel dedicated to coloring tutorials. There's tons and tons of videos on there, so you can learn how I did just about any of this stuff. I think I've covered at some point. I also have a coloring course online at coloringcomics.com. It's coloringcomics.com. You can check that out, of course, if you want. And if you enjoyed it, drop me a line on Twitter or Facebook or Periscope or whatever you kids are using these days. And I'll do this again sometime pretty soon here. So you guys have a good night, and see you later.